Are you firing up your bike and pulling away without a care? Think again, a single careless clutch move can spell disaster for your engine. Even small errors like using the wrong oil or misadjusting the cable can burn your plates or shred your transmission. Picture a smoking bike in your rear view. That could be you. Ready to avoid that fate? Let's dive in before it's too late. Number 1. Using the wrong oil. Your bike's wet clutch needs a special oil. Motorcycle oils carry a JASO MAE MA2 rating for wet clutches, ensuring the right friction. Using a car oil or any engine oil without that rating means the plates can slip under load. A slipping clutch at launch means wasted power and extra heat. The clutch cooks itself. Why it's bad? Slip at the start means engine RPMs climb with no acceleration, and the clutch plates heat up on every throttle. You'll smell burning and may hear the engine surge. Over time, the plates and springs get glazed or warped. What to do instead? Always use a JASO MAE MA2 engine oil, or whatever spec your manual calls for. If you ever pour the wrong oil in, drain it out and refill with the correct type. The right oil makes the plates grab firmly instead of sliding and smoking. Number 2. Clutch free play adjustment. If your clutch cable has no slack or too much slack, it won't work properly. Too tight a cable makes the clutch drag and slip constantly. Too loose, and it may not fully disengage. Either way, the plates fight each other, causing premature wear. Why it's bad? A bad free play setting leads to gear grinding and hard shifting. The constant drag torques your clutch springs and plates, overheating them and wearing them out. What to do instead? Adjust it right. Follow the factory free play spec. Adjust the cable so the clutch fully engages at rest and fully disengages when pulled in. If the adjusters aren't enough, repair or replace the cable. Keeping slack just right, not too tight, not too loose, will keep your clutch running smoothly and extend its life. Number 3. Neglecting clutch maintenance. Even perfect oil won't save you if you ignore upkeep. Clutch cables stretch and collect grit, and pivot pins can seize. A neglected, dry cable will make clutch action stiff or erratic, and it might even snap unexpectedly. One tech blog bluntly warns, never skip cable maintenance. Dirty or unlubricated cables can become a dangerous liability. Why it's bad? A neglected cable or pivot means the clutch might not fully disengage or re-engage smoothly. You could hear grinding or feel the lever go spongy. If the cable sticks, the bike can drag or jerk unexpectedly, which may stall the engine or grind gears. What to do instead? Clean and lube your cable and lever regularly. Use proper cable lube or silicone spray inside the housing. Grease the lever pivot pin too. Inspect the cable for kinks or frays and replace it at the first sign of wear. A well-lubed, smooth-action clutch lever lets the clutch engage and disengage reliably, greatly extending its life. Number 4. Clutch drag. Clutch drag happens when the plates stay partly engaged even with the lever pulled in. Your bike may lurch forward or refuse to find neutral. RIRU notes that these symptoms mean the clutch doesn't fully disengage. It's often caused by a too tight cable, sticky hydraulics, or a bent lever perch, effectively leaving the clutch engaged when you think it's off. Why it's bad? A dragging clutch loads the transmission at idle and overheats the plates, causing rapid wear. The bike will feel sluggish and shifts become a chore. What to do instead? Fix the drag. Set your free play so a full lever pull brings the clutch completely to neutral. Lubricate binding parts and replace any bent or broken parts. If it's hydraulic, bleed it properly. Also, stop holding the clutch in at stops. Go to neutral and use the brakes. A free spinning clutch when you pull the lever means you can rev freely and shift cleanly. Number 5. Excessive clutch slipping. Letting the clutch slip too much or too often is a clutch killer. For example, creeping in traffic with the clutch half engaged or doing burnouts cooks the plates. RIRU warns that slipping the clutch too much in traffic or on hills creates excessive heat, wearing out the clutch plates. In plain terms, your plates cook. Why it's bad? A slipping clutch won't transfer power efficiently. You'll smell burning and lose acceleration as the clutch overheats. In effect, you waste fuel and wear out parts trying to go nowhere. What to do instead? Minimize slipping. Hold the bike with brakes, not the clutch. When creeping, Put the bike in neutral or downshift, don't ride the lever. On a hill, use first gear with the brake, not partial clutch. Save burnouts and wheelies for the track. Bottom line: fully engage or disengage, don't hover in between. Number 6. Using the clutch as a brake. Using the clutch instead of brakes is basically the same as constant slipping. For example, holding your bike on an incline by easing the clutch puts it under heavy load for no reason. The clutch is not a parking brake. Using it that way means needless slip and heat. Why it's bad? You end up cooking the plates without moving. If you accidentally stall, the sudden jerk hurts the drivetrain. You just waste clutch life and get nothing in return. What to do instead? Use real brakes and neutral. On a hill, put the bike in first and hold it with the foot brake, not the clutch. At stops, shift to neutral. Use your brakes to hold position. Treat the clutch as a true coupling, not an anchor. Your clutch will last much longer that way. Number 7. Rough launches. That rear wheel hop at takeoff looks fun, but it's brutal on your clutch. Revving hard and dumping the clutch slams the engine power instantly. Riru warns that hard starts put extreme stress on the clutch, burning it out faster. Why it's bad? The friction plates get hit with massive shock. They heat up unevenly, glaze, or warp. Even clutch springs can snap under that torque. A single savage launch can drastically shorten the clutch's life. What to do instead? Launch smoothly. Give a quick throttle blip and ease the clutch lever out gently. Don't grab full throttle at once. For example, hold the throttle a bit above idle. Then slowly release the clutch to the bite point and accelerate. Gradual power application gets you moving without the drama. It may feel slower at first, but it spares your clutch and drivetrain. Your bike will thank you for it. Number 8. Poor clutch modulation. Sloppy clutch technique like popping the lever out or letting it slip abruptly makes every shift jerky. Dump it too quickly and the bike lurches. Ease it out too slowly and the engine can lug or stall. A smooth lever pull is just as important as a smooth throttle twist. Why it's bad? Sudden engagement or disengagement sends shock through the drivetrain. The rear wheel may hop or the engine may buck. Over time, that extra shock loads up your clutch springs and gearbox, accelerating wear. What to do instead? Be gentle. Treat the lever like a bicycle brake. You want gradual pressure. When upshifting, close the throttle fully, pull in the clutch, shift gears, then release the clutch smoothly. When downshifting, give a quick throttle blip to match RPM before letting out the clutch. No sudden cuts deliberate. Even lever work keeps everything happy. Number 9. Forgetting rev match on downshifts. Skipping the rev match on downshifts can bite you. Chop gears without a throttle blip and the engine RPM and wheel speed clash. Riru notes that this mismatch sends shock through the driveline, which can overheat the clutch. Why it's bad? Each abrupt downshift without a blip is like a mini crash in the gearbox. Over time, it chips gear teeth and fatigues the clutch springs. Even a slipper clutch will generate heat under repeated hits. Think thousands of those jolts ride after ride. Not great for longevity. What to do instead? Rev match your downshifts. Pull in the clutch, blip the throttle to raise RPM, then shift and ease the clutch out. This aligns engine and road speeds for a smooth shift. If you have a quick shifter, it helps, but blipping is still best. A little practice makes decels as seamless as accelerations and ultimately saves your drivetrain and your engine.